Then I think we're going to lose the lights on the stage as well eventually, so hopefully it's a bit kind of calmer than this too. So welcome to the session. My name is Fiona. I'm a learning consultant, also a yoga teacher, and I found this unexpected crossover between the work of L&D and yoga teaching. And I started offering more these kind of sessions into my corporate work, as well as also taking it as a private practice and also teaching yoga, completely different ends of a scale, which is beautiful. So you don't necessarily need to look at me, you're not going to do any crazy headstands or anything. I really want to invite you just to settle in. So you might be sitting as some you are now, you might lie down, you might move. Just notice for a minute how you are physically, and do you need to shift? Do you need to do anything to help you be here, be present? Have you got like something that's running in your mind where you're like, oh, I meant to make a note of that thing, that conversation I just had with someone. Maybe you quickly write that down and send yourself a note or something. And so, like I said, we're not just talking about this as a topic, we're doing this as an opportunity to really tune out, to rest, to reset a little bit. So take the time as you need it to be. Everything for me is an invitation and a suggestion. And actually, for some of you, just being here in a quieter space might be what you need. So you can even zone me out. That's cool. I'm good with that. So you might soften the eyes. You might kind of unfocus the eyes. You might even close your eyes. Maybe you rest your hands in your lap. Or if you're sitting on the ground or you lie down, maybe you connect the hands to the floor or onto you, or just start. And if you feel like you need some kind of unwinding, some little bit of movement, it feels weird to come straight into stillness in a busy, also learning technologies conference. Then maybe you do some shoulder rolls. Maybe you drop the head from one side to the other. Maybe you draw the chin down into the chest. Maybe stretch out wide. Maybe you take your arms up. Yeah. Stretch the fingers and curl them in. So how often do we get to really be present and tune into our bodies like this? So taking that opportunity now to notice what you feel that you need to do, how you need to be. I'm just going to guide us through a short body scan, noticing different spaces in the body. So you might tune out to my voice, or you might tune in and follow the rhythm. So we'll start at the crown of the head. And then we'll work down the back of the head. Down to the base of the neck. And those spaces will invite to soften and find some ease. And then from the base of the neck out to the shoulders, both shoulders. And perhaps taking your awareness there means that the shoulders start to drop away from the ears a little. Maybe the hands grow heavier in the lap. We move from the shoulders down to the elbows, from the elbows to the wrists, and from the wrists into the hands. Move through the palms to each finger and thumb. So all those spaces finding softening and ease. Move up the arms again, through the elbows, into the shoulders. And this time around to the collarbones. And from the collarbones down into the heart space. From there down through the chest, the ribs, into the stomach. And then notice that space in the body for a moment. Is it moving with breath? Or is the breath maybe still in the chest? The chest. See if you could perhaps draw your next inhale down a little bit deeper so you maybe feel your stomach expand just a little. Notice the sides of the body, that space between the armpit and the hips. And then work round to the back of the body, shoulder blades, middle of the back, lower back. Moving into the hips and finding ease through the hips. The glutes, to the tops of the legs, the knees, from the knees down to the ankles, and then into the feet, to the soles of the feet. Is there softening that can happen through the soles of the feet, through the toes? Start to move back up the body, back through the ankles of both legs, lower legs, knees, tops of the legs, hips, pelvis, glutes, onto the lower back, middle of the back, shoulder legs. The shoulders, and they move a little bit further away from the ears again. Just for a gentle shift through the body as you take your awareness to that space. In the front of the torso again, the stomach, the chest. The arms, that heaviness in the shoulders, into the elbows and into the hands. Maybe the fingers even curling towards the palms a little bit, softening, releasing any holding that's not necessary. And back up to the collarbones and the heart space. Into the throat, and perhaps you swallow just gently, just to soften there. And then maybe you notice an hinge of the jaw. And can the upper and lower jaw just separate slightly? Can there be a little bit of release and ease in that space? What about around the mouth? Root of the tongue? And around the eyes. awareness now from the crown of the head to the tips of the fingers, from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. And maybe for a moment you scan back through your body and notice if there is anywhere that's still just a little bit tense, needs some ease. You can invite just to soften, maybe not completely, just a fraction more. And staying exactly as you are, starting to notice your breath. Not necessarily changing your breath in any way, but noticing how your breath is moving in and out of your body. Maybe observing the rise and fall of the chest or the stomach. And as we rest here, finding ease, softening, resting, and to guide you through short breathing technique. Very simple. We'll go through it together. And if at any time it just doesn't feel like it's for you, then you can just tune back into your natural rhythm of breath. Just stay focused on that. So finding the end of an exhale, we're going to breathe in gently, counting really slowly to 4. And then we're going to hold the breath for 4 counts. And then we're going to breathe out for 4. And then hold the breath before we start to breathe in again. So you can follow me if you like. So finding the end of an exhale. Then breathing in gently, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And let your breath find its natural rhythm. So that holding is really gentle and not forcing anything. We're just taking a little pause before we start the next cycle of breath. So finding the end of an exhale again. And then breathing in gently. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Continue that cycle, that rhythm, at your own pace. Maybe a different number, a shorter or longer. See if you can stay with the breath just for the next minute. Truly tune in. See if you can really keep that focus in this moment now on the breath. If that breathing technique is working for you, then perhaps you increase that number to 5 counts. Gentle breath in. And that long breath out. Pauses in. to allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Allow your breath to be steady, not controlled in any way. And start to notice how the body is now. Maybe there's no change at all. Maybe for some of us we're more aware. Maybe for some of us we found a little ease. Some softening places. Let's all find the end of an exhale, really releasing all that air from the very bottom of the lungs, breathing out. And then on the next inhale, maybe making the biggest breath in you've taken all day, really filling up, feeling stomach release back. And then exhale, release the breath out. Do a couple more of those. Breathing in really deeply, as much as you can, maybe putting it on your face. Really long breath up. Last one, biggest breath, breathing in. And exhale. Nice. And breath settle some more. Then tune into the shoulders. And if you want to stay completely still, exactly as you are, please do. If you feel like a bit of movement now, might feel quite welcome. Or maybe you do start to roll the shoulders forward and up towards the ears. And then roll them back and down. Maybe you breathe in as you roll the shoulders forward and up. Maybe you breathe out as you roll them back and down. And again, breathing in and up. Rolling back and down as you breathe out. And then maybe you drop one ear to one shoulder. Just stay there for a moment. If that feels good for the neck, maybe you take the hand that your head is leaning towards and just allow the gravity to, placing the hand on the head, allow gravity just to draw a little bit more of a stretch into that side of the neck. So we're not necessarily pulling, but we're just allowing that gentle draw. And release that hand from the head, bring the head back up to center and take the other ear to the other shoulder. And again, see how that's feeling. And then maybe take that hand to that side of the head. Just allow the weight of the arm to stretch out that side of the neck just a little. And then releasing the hands back into the lap. Maybe you roll the shoulders again. Maybe you drop the chin in towards the chest. And allow the head to get heavy. That feels good for the back of the neck. Maybe you interlace the fingers and place the hands on the back of the head. And again, allow the natural weight of the arms to just draw the head down, creating space in the back of the neck. Deep breath in here. Long breath out. Releasing the hands into the lap. Deep breath in. As you lift your head back up to center. Long breath out. As you allow the shoulders to soften. Keep tuning into the breath. Noticing that rhythm. Being present. With your body, with your breath, with your mind. Stay present with the breath as an observer. Just noticing. Take another deep breath in if it feels good. And a really long breath out. In when you're ready. And long breath out. again, forward, chin into chest. It might feel quite nice to lift the hands out to the sides, maybe shoulder height, maybe higher. And then maybe the hands come up above the head. Maybe the palms even connect to the fingertips. Maybe not. And maybe draw the palms together and then bring the hands down through that midline of the body, all the way down, and maybe you repeat that movement, so that widening of the arms, that reaching out wide, taking up space. Breathing in perhaps as you do, and the palms together, bring them down through the midline as you breathe out. And maybe one more, that real reach, that real extension. Take up space, stretch the fingers, lift up. Bring the palms down through that center line. And maybe the hands rest back on the lap this time. Or maybe one hand rests on the heart space. Maybe you want to feel that connection to the breath. Maybe the hand rests on the stomach. Maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the stomach. Just noticing, connecting back in. Next time, if you want to move a little more, maybe you take the arms out wide again and up. Maybe you start to turn the head up so the chin starts to lift. You keep your eyes closed, but you kind of connect visually to the hands as you then draw them back down through that midline. So a stretch and an opening for the throat. Inhale, lift the hands up and out. Maybe looking up again, and that exhale as you draw down. And then one more time for that, taking up space, lifting. And the hands together and the head down. And then if we all just take that little bow with the head, hands resting on the lap or on the heart again, take a deep breath in together. And that really long breath out. And maybe this time is a sigh or a bit of a release, that breathe in. And maybe there's a and maybe we do one more, really deep breath in as much as you can. Really long breath out. And then everyone else's shoulders kind of drop down. Yeah. And then just taking that moment to check back in with your breath and how the breath is moving. Chin dip down, maybe your eyes still closed. Bring the palms together in front of the body and start to just throw the hands together. Bring a little bit of heat. Maybe a bit faster. And even faster. Start to wake up. And then if you still have your eyes closed, you might want to just take your palms in front of your eyes and just kind of feel that heat wake up a little bit. And then take a deep breath in, stretch the arms out and up. Hands together and down back into the heart space. Thank you so much for being in this space and sharing this space with me. Come to the end of the practice, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I hope you liked that we did it rather than talked about doing it. That felt kind of so finish a bit early, so everyone will eat. You can go down and follow that grey carpet to the food area in the exhibition. But if anyone has any questions, I'll hang around for a bit. And if you haven't got one already, we have some cards. Yeah. Claire has them. And I also have some essential oil if you want a couple of drops on your wrist, just to take and try. So I can pass that around. Thank you.